Hi, time for another one of James's video diary dumps. Diary dump for March 22nd, 2024. Well, I went to my P.O. box today, and I got 3 things I've been looking for a while. So, got my new license, so it's renewed. My tags are renewed on the car. I don't know how long that's going to last or what. Still looking for a source of financial remuneration. Still looking for my way forward, and I'm just thinking that going the way I'm going right now rather than making a jump back to a homeless shelter is a good idea. I don't know what the answers are. I don't have all the pieces. I've gotten a few other lists that I've asked for, paperwork that I need to have come in. So I'll have that filled out, and tomorrow when I go back to the post office for my P.O. box, I'll put it back in the mail, get it out of here. That way I can get this stuff back on the road faster. I do have some medical conditions. I may be qualified for disability. I don't know. I don't have all the answers that are coming. I know there's something coming in the energy. I can feel it. I can feel the energy moving like a monster. My hands are itching like a son of a gun. That means money's coming in. I just don't know where or when or how. I don't know if I'm winning the lottery or if I'm getting a job that turns into the basis of the building of the rest of my life. I don't know if I'm getting a new place. I don't know if I'm making the jump to a homeless shelter. In fact, the device I'm talking on, I got just before I went into a homeless shelter. I need something that I can trust. And I find out too late to people I can trust. At the point where I've just said, fuck it, this is not going to work. Giving these people 27 tries. Patricia Bailey of Roscommon, 17 tries. And, I thought you were messing with me. What did I give you? What evidence do you have that I'm messing with you? That Irene Kaufman of Gaylord, $6,800 to get shit on. Then 2.5 years later, I want something that was ours 2 years ago. Honey, I offered you all kinds of stuff, things that aren't available anymore, some of them. And unless you're specific, you get nothing. Then you cry about getting even a speck of turd on you that you've been dumping dump trucks on me for years. Bailey, you'll spend all kinds of money and do all kinds of weird shit. To me, I just asked for a conversation. Let's have a conversation. Let's put it all on the table. If you're unwilling to do a State of the Union with me, then you're unwilling, regardless of what. I made these changes. You asked. Did you? How can I tell? I can't tell. You won't let me in. If I ask you to have a State of the Union with me, I need you to let it out. You're going to have to be wide open. A few things you're not going to be wide open about are probably the account numbers and your bank account. But your balances, that'd be a good idea. Your goal, what you're going for. For me, I have a State of the Union with myself, and lately I've been about screaming every time I hear it. I do all the research. I know what's going on. I call it a State of the Union because it tells that's what the U.S. government doesn't say. This is what we've got. This is where our goals are. This is what our balances are. This is our plan of attack to get to the goal, whatever that goal is. Whether it's my selection process for women, I have a selection process. I'll go up to you, and hey, if you're involved, you're off limits. I might play with you for a little bit. If I But at the same point, you will only go so far. You want to go further? Qualify. I make no secret of what the qualification process is. I make no secret that if you qualify, a State of the Union is going to be necessary. Not only for you, but for me. We may have to go to the health department and get STD tested together. Hey, I'm game. I know. Because I don't want to be an STD king. I don't want to be the Casanova king of the county or the state. Because you were the Casanova queen. And you lied to me. Even through omission or non-knowledge. Always learn. Always do your homework. It's one of the reasons I'm such a great manifester. I do a lot of homework. Not so good on the paperwork end of it. But I'm sure it would come if I got the right incentive. Incentivization's a real big deal. What do you want? Well, if you offered a job that says that it's a big job, well, we don't have that job. We only have this one. Why did you advertise a ghost job? If you advertise a ghost job, you're going to get told you're a whack punk. I would say that. I'm more than qualified for the ghost job. You know, you can't figure out why you can't get good results. Look at your process. The world doesn't run on friendship. And you may be able to get doors opened with friendship, but you ain't paying your gas bill. You think I'm wrong? Go down to the gas station, fill up your car. Right, I'm going to pay with friendship on your Secretary of State for your driver's license or your state ID or the tabs on your car. Tell your insurance company that. Watch the response. I can guarantee you, friendship might open the door, but you're still going to have to walk through it. There is still going to be a process of walking through fire. You are still going to have to earn money. I'm working to fight to get myself a CDL. I don't want to fight this, but I have to deal with the consequences of the ineptitude of D-level doctors thinking that they're A-level doctors. Unethical diagnoses. Well, your dad had it, so you're going to get tested for it. Dude, I'm not suffering signs other than loud snoring, and it's not bothering me. You know, the results of people, well, I made a decision, but I don't have any accountability. You make a decision, part of the adult process is that you have to be accountable for that decision. Which also means that you're not the decision-making factor. It'd be like if I won a lottery. I can't just decide I'm not paying taxes. Well, I mean, I can decide that, but, you know, the IRS is going to come with guns, and they will put me in prison, if not worse, because of the process of bringing guns to take me. You know, you pay the taxes. Do I have to now my debts? I can choose not to pay them, but that's going to negatively impact my credit. Although I'm a lucky man, I'm not lucky enough that people want my friendship so that I don't have to take responsibility or accountability. I'm accountable for everything I do. And then I live by life by what used to be called the golden rule. It ends up being a reciprocity, a dumbed down reciprocity. Do unto others as you want them to do to you. If you want them to be thieving people from you, thieve from them. If you want them to be decent, hardworking, honest people, be a decent, hardworking, honest person for them and to them. Some people don't live by that rule. You can look at their life and see the consequences of it, as you can look at my life and see the consequences of me trying to be a decent, hardworking, honest person. Hey, man, it's all discipline. If you don't get discipline, move somebody. Make consequences for their actions. If you have a set of standards, Donna, Andre, train to that standard. Teach to that standard. Make absolutely positive. You know what the curriculum is. Because if you don't, your standard means absolutely nothing. And if you're listening to someone to teach you how to do your job with 40 years of experience, and they keep trouncing you at 5, and they keep trouncing you and trouncing you and trouncing you and trouncing you to the point they want to hurt the people around them. That's why I left ABM. It's what the whole purpose of wanting to go to B&B Construction. Bill wasn't very good at being HR. He may be a good builder, but he wasn't very good at HR. That's why I didn't last one job. I mean, I've worked with people that everywhere from Amish to space age people who let's make this like a factory would make it so that we can produce it from a print in like 4 hours. It'll sit in the garage for 2 or 3 weeks, or the pole barn for 3, 4, 5 weeks till we get the ground prepped. Then we'll just drag it out and assemble it in 4 or 5 hours, put a roof on it, and in that 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours, I will have a freestanding building in 5 to 6 hours. And people go, how did you do that? Well, it comes from the idea of building a print. Even if it's sketch on a notebook paper. If it's building, if it's a car, what does that car have to do? The Ranger, U.S. Army Rangers, former Ranger Sergeant Warner taught me that if before you go to have a car, you have a car in mind because you want the status. Now, take a piece of paper out and see what does that car actually have to do. Because if that car is only a commuter car, you can do it with a Geo Metro. You don't need an excursion. If you need an excursion, it's because you're dealing with lots of people or you're towing lots of weight all the time. I've seen this a lot of times with people in cars. Well, I get the big towing package. What do you do with the truck most of the time? What do you do with that vehicle? Most of the time, it's just going to go back and forth to work. So you're literally going to waste tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in fuel to have a towing package that you'll literally use twice a year. Which, you put a hitch on a standard vehicle, it would do the job as a commuter car and to haul your stuff. The trick with that was you'd have to put it into regular drive rather than overdrive to be able to drive it because the towing package will take it in overdrive. Other than that, what's one click on the stick? What's one click on the shifter stick? Really, one shift on the shifter stick saves you tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in fuel. It also saves you on maintenance because the one with the towing package is going to require a lot more maintenance. Well, all those gear spinning for all that time, it's going to require maintenance. You're going to have fluid changes, specialty fluid changes. Some of those gears, you're going to have, special gear lubes. 4-wheel drive, you're going to drop more mileage. But the lower gear ratio, you get that in gear ratio around 355, 54. It's great. It's a great balance. It's a great working balance. Now, if you're going to be not using it like that, a 273 would work just fine. You don't need a 455 or a 511. It's basically going to be a commuter car. If you're going to have something like that, make sure you save money and buy yourself a mud toy. Make yourself a mud toy if that's what you're going to do with it. Because if you're going to mud toy your daily driver, you're going to be without your daily driver for a while, because doing some of those playing costs money. It costs maintenance. You break shit. If you have a question or comment, please put it in the comment section. Let's see what we can do to help you. Even if it's only the solution that you already know. We may not be able to help you. I may not be able to help you. But if you'll forgive me my shortcomings, I'll see if I can help you solve some of yours, as you may help some of mine.